you are going to find all of your water hookups, outside shower, dump station, cable, and satellite connections. So we'll start on the right side.
Okay.
So you have a macerator with this. So
Yes.
all of your waste, gray and black, is dumping out of this hose right here.
Okay.
You'll find your macerator right underneath. So when you go to dump, you have your macerator switch right here that you'll click on, and that will allow you to dump out all of the waste out of the camper itself.
Okay.
Now, you also have, once you're finished dumping, a flush for your black tank only, not for the gray tank. So what the flush allows you to do, send water directly into the black tank, knock off any debris off the monitors or anything like that,
Right.
and clean it out.
And how often should you do that city flush? Monthly,
Every time you dump the black.
every time?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So you want to do that just to make sure you're keeping up with the maintenance periods on the tank itself. So you have a couple ways you can do this. I recommend keeping it closed. Don't turn the macerator on. Fill the tank up to about 2/3 full,
Okay.
and then dump it.
Okay.
That's going to give you good gravity flow coming out of the tank, allowing you to knock most of the debris off of the sensors and inside the tank itself.
Okay.
So you have a monitoring system on the inside. I'll show you where that is.
Yep.
Once you are filling this, you need to stay on the inside and visually watch that monitoring system. You want to make sure that you do not overfill the black tank itself because you don't want to pressurize it. Over-pressurizing it can send water up through your toilet. So making sure that you're watching that monitoring system when you do this. And it's very easy. You'll just stand there and watch it.
Okay.
Now, right next to it, you have cable and satellite connections with this. So
Right.
park cable, most campgrounds have a cable connection. Daisy chain to your TV on the inside. So all you have to do is connect to it, and all those channels will be daisy chained to your TV on the inside.
Okay. So just a coaxial cable.
Coax cable.
All right.
And
Yep.
satellite, same thing. If you guys choose to get a satellite dish.
Yeah, we didn't get a satellite dish on top of this one.
Right.
Okay.
But you can also get one that just goes out to the side.
Okay.
For this connection.
All right.
If you chose to go that route.
Yes. Okay.
Now, you have another switch down here next to your macerator switch that says water pump. So you have only one water pump in the unit, but you have two switches to turn it on.
Okay.
One on the outside, one on the inside. The reason why you have the one on the outside is for winterization purposes. If you want to put antifreeze into the system, you'll go ahead and utilize this outside port to siphon your antifreeze into the system after you have bypassed your hot water heater and water pump on the inside.
Okay.
So you click that switch on. This is your connection for tank fill and city water. You would connect a cutoff hose to that. Simply stick the hose into a jug of antifreeze, turn the pump on, and that siphons the antifreeze.
This is the hose here.
No, this is Yep, you've got your hose right there.
So it's already hooked up there.
Yep. So you'll put it in a winterized mode right now.
Okay. Now on the master, could you show us that the little on the end of it on the macerator there? Take that. Take the other end. There's supposed to be another piece to it, right? At the end. Yes. Okay. So this is gonna screw on,
Yep,
and then you take this off. You're gonna have big problems if you don't take this piece off.
Exactly.
Okay.
And you have your gray valve right here.
So the gray valve is right now is out.
So that's it.
Okay, and the black is underneath.
Yep, underneath, right on the back side.
Okay.
Yep, so when you go to dump that, all you have to do is pull that out. I wouldn't recommend pulling it now. I'm not sure if we have any water.
I think it's actually might already be open. It feels like maybe not. You can see if it's already open.
Yeah, so it's already.
They were both open, so.
So we had water in there for testing purposes
Yes.
normally, so we went ahead and dumped all that out for you.
All right, so it's good that those are closed.
Yeah.
It's going down the. When you lose it, it'll start going down the highway. It'll start coming out. Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
All
Yeah,
right.
you don't want that.
Okay.
Now, with your connection right here,
Yes.
you're going to utilize that for city water as well as tank fill. You have a valve that you have to switch whenever you choose what you want to use.
Okay.
So you'll find that valve right up top right here. As you can see, it says normal and city water, and then water tank fill only up top.
Okay.
So if you're,
do we have water in here right now?
Yes.
Like 5 or 10?
yeah, you have water inside. So you guys can go ahead and test out all of your appliances, all of that.
When we go inside, you'll show us the model. You'll see, tell us we got 20 gallons or 5 gallons.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Great.
So it won't show in gallons, it will show in percentage.
Percentage, sure. Okay.
And I'll have you guys step this way. I don't want the door to hit you guys.
Yeah. All right.
Now with this, with city water, you're gonna use that whenever you're at a campground. So that's not filling one of your tanks. It's just on-demand water to the unit, and it will give you water to all of your faucets. You do not have to turn the water pump on for that. It's already pressurized coming in.
So right now it's set for city water.
No, right now it's off tank fill because we filled some of the tank up.
Okay. All right.
If you're on city water, you'll actively have a hose connected here.
So it's sorry. So if I want to turn this to the right, if I want the city water in it,
Yeah.
it's not in the. It's right now. It's in tank fill. It's not city water connection. All right, so we go to the campground. I'm going to turn this. Is it okay if I turn it to right now?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, with that, whenever you're boondocking or not at a campground, you don't have an accessible water connection right at your spot, you'll go ahead and fill up your onboard tank.
Okay.
So you'll go into city or tank fill mode, plug your hose up just like you would with the regular hose for city water, and send water directly into your tank.
Okay.
Now, right next to it, you are going to have your outside shower. So you have the blue hose underneath that will connect to it. It's just a quick connection line with a collar that you'll push back on.
Okay.
Regular hot and cold mixing valves with that. So it will work just like any other shower would.
Okay.
Now, when winterizing, this is your most important aspect. So you want to make sure that you get this as well as everything else. Everything's important, but this will freeze first. It's not as insulated as everything else since it's on the outside, so that will freeze before anything else does.
Okay.
Right.
So we make sure we hook this up, and we have the green pink stuff coming in. I'm going to turn the hose on. It's going to the pink stuff's going to come through here, through the blue hose onto the ground.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So for hot and cold side.
Okay, right. Yes.
Now, other than that, that is everything within that compartment right there. Now, all of your compartments do lock except for your propane compartment.
Yeah. And these are different keys than what most RVs have the same key for storage.
These are all
These are different type of.
Now, up top here, you're going to find your water heater. Now, as you can see, if you're running your furnace, this is the exhaust right here.
Yes.
It's producing hot air. This will drop down just like so. You want to make sure you don't obstruct that port right there. You can damage this side panel right here.
This plastic.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
this is your furnace. It's coming up. Like,
That's the furnace exhaust.
okay.
Yeah. As you can see, it's igniting right now.
Oh.
Yep.
I did notice there was an RV that was staying outside. I wonder that was parked outside.
Yeah, they picked up yesterday.
I think they had a screen over this.
Yeah, you can get bug screens for these. So
Okay,
you
so
keep
that's something we-
burrowing bugs from
All right, that's something
getting
we'll buy
inside there.
separately from Amazon or
I mean,
LTV.
you can get it from Amazon, but we have those in stock here. After
Okay.
we're done here, we're going to go ahead and get
All
you
right.
guys into a parts walkthrough with a parts specialist,
Okay.
and they'll show you that.
Oh, great. All right.
Now, up top, you're going to find your water heater.
Yeah.
So, with the water heater itself, there's not much you guys have to do on the front side of it unless you're winterizing, storing, you want to get all the water out of the unit.
Yeah.
You have an on-off valve right here, on-off switch, excuse me. So during the use, like during the on season, you're just going to go ahead and keep that on. Whenever you're storing this camper, go ahead and power this completely down so there's no power going to the water heater itself.
Okay. So it's a toggle. Either one goes on.
Yes.
There's two on in the.
And in the center would be
okay,
on.
up in the middle. Or am I gonna?
It will turn it off.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So it's just a switch that you'll turn it off.
Okay. Did I break the?
No, it
Okay,
didn't bring it,
that's
just
fine.
turned it off. Now, right here, behind here is where you'll find that filter that I was that you had seen
Okay,
inside
great.
of the cabin. To get all of the water out of this unit, you have to flip up on this tab.
Okay.
Out of the water heater itself, you flip up on this tab. This yellow tongue is going to flip down. The water is going to drain directly out of there, and then you can take that filter out and store it inside.
So we'll make sure that the water's not hot first, right? Or it'll be burnt.
It can be hot. It's
Okay.
fine. I mean, just don't touch the water
All right.
filter until it's all drained out.
Okay. And this pressure relief valve.
Yep, you've got your pressure relief valve
When
up
would I
top.
need to toggle that?
Before you release your water filter right here.
Oh, okay. So just when you as part of the winterizing process,
Yes.
we want to toggle that and release pressure.
Yes.
Okay.
So if you were to just flip down on this, the water would come shooting out at you
All right.
if you didn't release the pressure.
Okay.
Yep.
And there's like one liter in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, other than that, that's everything with the front side. I'll show you guys the back side of it inside,
All right.
where you'll have valves to winterize.
Underneath the kitchen sink. Okay, great.
Now, same thing as your
Let's turn I want to go clockwise to lock.
Same thing with your furnace exhaust. This does produce hot air as well. So both of these, just make sure you're not obstructing the flow of it.
Oh, so this is exhaust from the hot water heater. This is exhaust from the furnace.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, great, thank you.
Ready. Now, right up top, you're gonna find your 30 amp connection. This is not your shore power cord, it's ours. Yours is gonna be on the passenger side rear compartment. But you do get a 30 amp, 25 foot long shore power.
25 foot, okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Now that's going to allow you to utilize everything inside the camper whenever you're plugged into it. Now you also have an onboard generator. So if you're boondocking and have the generator running, it is practically the same exact thing as being plugged into your 30 amp connection. You're still able to utilize every aspect of the camper. If you're boondocking, do not have a shore power connection, and do not have the generator running, you're going to be limited in some of the things that you can and can't use. The AC is not going to run unless you have at least 30 amps of draw coming in.
Okay.
So you either need the shore power connected or the generator.
Okay.
Household outlets, some of the household outlets, as well as your microwave. You do have an inverter in the unit as well, so you can kick the inverter on. That will allow you to use household outlets and the microwave if you are not plugged in.
Would it be a problem if I try to unplug and plug this in?
No, go
I
ahead.
want this one to do.
It will cut power. But
Yeah,
you're
so
good.
I unscrew this clockwise?
So normally I don't thread this collar on,
Oh.
just because if you forget to unplug and you've threaded that collar on, it's gonna rip that entire module off.
Yes.
You don't have to have this on. It's seated in already. As long as you have power going to it,
Okay.
you'll have that blue light up top. All you have to do is twist to the left and unplug.
So I want to plug up to the pedestal first and make sure that I have the power there.
Yeah.
And then so have I take this
Yeah.
out?
Yeah.
Then I plug in here, and then do I go back
And then
and
you'll
will I
twist-
turn? Will I go
twist
back
to the right,
Oh,
too.
twist to the right. And will I go back and turn the power on then? Or
No, it should still be on.
it should already be.
Yeah, make sure the power and the breaker is not tripped on the breaker box itself, and then you'll go ahead and plug it.
And this light means I get power.
Yeah,
I don't have to worry about if I had, like a surge protection issue that I had bad electricity coming in. I really don't.
You do want to utilize a surge.
Okay, so that is built in inside.
Yes.
So do I need? Should I have one?
You don't have to.
Other end.
You don't have to, but it's always not a bad idea to get one, but you already have one built in,
Okay.
so you don't have to get it.
So I don't have to worry about too much about checking the electrical. Is it okay if I go to the pedestal? I've never
Yeah,
touched
go
the
for it.
pedestal before either. So someone got 50 amp, 30 amp, and
So this is your 30 amp connection, and that will be your 50.
15. Okay.
And-
And so I'll plug it in if I'm at a camper, and I'll hit one of these switches. Or,
To make sure it's on. So yeah, they'll say on and off on there.
okay.
So you'll make sure just that they're staying on. As long as it's on, you don't have to touch those switches.
Okay, great. Thanks. Kathy, do you have any questions?
Not yet. I'm listening.
Now, underneath here, flip this up. You're gonna find your propane fill station. So with your propane, this will be completely full by the time you guys leave. We do have to top it off a little bit.
Okay.
But with it, you guys can pull up to most truck stops and they'll have long enough lines and people that will fill for you. So if you guys choose to fill by yourself, you have your fill port beyond that yellow cap right there. You're gonna take that yellow cap off and connect the propane line. You have a bleeder valve right here,
Yes.
which will allow you to not overfill the tank.
So when you say trucks are like Loves or
Exactly.
some of those, yeah, we don't have to read them up north, but okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Pilots.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, you have a gauge on there letting you know exactly how much propane's in it. So you'll always know. This is your on-off valve for it.
So if I'm going in a tunnel or over some bridges that
Yeah.
are covered, I need to shut that off so I have I can go under the tunnel with the propane. Do you recommend driving down the highway with the propane on or off?
Yeah, it's completely fine if you're driving down
Okay.
the highway with that on.
As long as nobody hits us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Hopefully that does not happen. All right. Now, in this compartment, you're just going to find storage.
Okay. Good place for golf clubs.
Oh yeah, there you go. You've got your sewer hose storage right
This is
there.
the other type of sewer hose connection.
Yep.
And if
You
I
do have
want,
a line in there.
so I will pull that out in case there was problems with the macerator, and I would unscrew the cap there, and there's some type of hook.
Yeah, there's a
claw,
connection.
and so that I could use it in case the macerator wasn't working.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Now, yeah, you've got a weather seal on both sides.
All right. Yeah, look very.
Now, with the driver's side door, this is where you are going to fuel. So you do have to have the door open to actually access the fuel.
So it takes like 25. How many gallons will we get?
I'd have to look at the build sheet itself. I don't know off the top of my head.
Okay. But 300 to 400 maybe miles we get. We get 12 to 15 miles per gallon.
Yeah, so you'll be able to actually see on your dash exactly what you are getting miles per gallon wise once you start traveling.
Alright.
It's going to depend greatly on the weight of the vehicle, how much stuff you have, how much water is inside.
Okay.
So it will actively show you your MPG on the dash. And
So
also
we'll probably get more than 10. Less
absolutely.
than 20. Okay.
Absolutely, yeah.
While it goes up, could you show me how to turn that chair around?
Yeah, let's
Or you want to do that when we do the inside?
You've got your lever right here.
Okay.
See that yellow lever?
Yes.
You have to have this chair
Pull forward. Okay. Yeah, I pulled back because okay.
just like so. And I'll show you the lever. I'll let you look at it.
So that turns like 90 degrees. The other one will turn 180.
Yeah, you want to go ahead and look at that yellow lever down there. Super easy. So, did you guys take a look at the Renegades at all?
Oh, so it goes almost until it hits the steering wheel. It's going all the way at least 90.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, Leisure makes it very easy to toggle those seats around.
Now, Colton, the tire, are all 6 tires the same size?
Yes.
So they're gonna be different tire pressure, but the same size.
Different
right?
tire pressures. Yep.
Okay.
You have your hood release right underneath here. You'll find
Okay.
that right down there. So we'll go ahead and take a look on that hood for you. Right now, with the hood, you have a yellow lever that you'll have to push to the side, and then you have a stick to hold this. Yes, sir. All right. Now, you have all of your coolant, antifreeze right here, master cylinder right here for your brake fluid.
Okay.
You're going to have a closed transmission system. So there's no dipstick for your transmission. Whenever you want to maintenance the transmission, you will need to take it to Ford. They have to access underneath the carriage
Okay.
and pressurize fill your transmission fluid. You have your dipstick for your oil back here, so you can check your oil.
Okay.
And your oil fill, which is taking SAE 5W30.
Okay.
Now you will also have all of your washing fluid right here. So pretty easy, spacious compartment if you need to fill any fluids or anything like that.
And well, I do have a Ford Edge at home, so when like the oil's low, it knows it gets reset. Last motion, it knows 10% left, time to change. So it will.
Oh yeah,
have
you'll
some
have
fluid diagnostics from the
Oh,
from the
absolutely.
console.
Yeah, you have an oil life
Okay.
monitor on your console, on your dash itself. So you'll be able to see exactly how much oil you have in the oil compartment
Okay.
itself. So you have a way to monitor everything with it. So they make it very user-friendly for you guys.
Well, and then, in the passenger, is there a little compartment here?
Yep, you've got a
with
little
tools or some storage.
Absolutely.
Or something.
Right
Okay.
at that footboard, you have a compartment space.
And I'm gonna
Yeah.
put this chair.
Yeah, go for it.
There's a piece of tape or something.
Yeah, I'll pull that off for you.
So see, that's a complete 180 cat. So you can join the body.
Correct. I didn't know the other one turned, that's all.
Yeah.
I see the awning light. The awning is.
Yeah, and I'll open that up for you guys. Alright. Now, within your compartment right here, you should have some more storage. Just another storage compartment space.
That's where I'm hoping to put the
grill?
Yeah.
Okay.
We have a small Blackstone
Yeah.
17-inch, so
Yeah.
I think it might fit right in there.
Blackstones are great. I love the Blackstone grills. Now, within this, you're going to find your inverter itself as well as your lithium batteries.
Okay, so these are lithium grade, 2,000 amps.
Yep, you've got your battle-born lithium batteries in there.
And the inverter on the right.
Inverter, which you will not have to actually do anything with the outside portion of the inverter. Your controls are on the inside.
Well, there's no reset switch or anything to worry about outside, right?
You do have a battery heater switch for these lithium batteries because you do need to keep them warm. I'll show you exactly where that warmer is.
So if I was going to not move the RV for a month, would I need to disconnect the I need to disconnect?
Not manually, you have actually a switch on the inside.
All right, so I never have to unplug that. Right.
No, yeah, you should never have to do that.
All right.
You have an outside receptacle right here. Should be a GFCI protected outlet, household
Right.
style.
Okay.
Now with these two vents, these are just access compartment space to the backside of your refrigerator. There's not much you'll have to do back there if you don't plan on troubleshooting yourselves. If you do, you'll access beyond here, but usually it's just for technicians to access people.
Okay.
Now lastly, underneath here, you're going to find your generator itself. Now with your generator, you have a maintenance period on the generator. You have a manual that comes with all of your appliances as well as the chassis as a whole. You guys are definitely going to want to refer back to that owner's manual for the maintenance periods on the generator.
Yeah.
But you have generator controls on the inside. I'll show you exactly how to run the generator, your quiet time, start, stop, and all of that.
So you're supposed to run it 2 hours a month, say?
Yeah, about.
And there is a start switch over here also besides inside. Or is there another start
Yeah,
switch?
it's going to be beyond this.
Behind that door.
Yeah, behind that door on the portion.
And that door, there's two handles. Turns this side. Okay.
And it does have a regular oil change just like any other motor would. So now you have your quick connection LP gas port right on the bottom. So for that
Wait.
right now.
You see the yellow button?
Okay.
Yeah, so I couldn't hook up my grill to that.
Do you have a low flow gas line? All you need is a low flow gas line and you'll be able to connect.
Okay, I don't know. I get one yet. I have one on order.
Yeah.
So the generator, that's something I change the oil. You bring the vehicle in.
Yeah, you can bring the vehicle in. If you want to change the oil, you can.
Okay.
If you feel comfortable with it, but yeah, it's not something you have to do. You can bring that in. That's a maintenance period.
Okay. And that's depending on usage, I guess, but usually like once a year or I'd say a couple of years. Or
You're gonna
100 hours.
you'll want to refer back to the owner's manual for sure on that.
All right.
Just to see exactly, they all change with the different watt generators.
Okay.
So with the 4,000 watt, it may be different than the 2,500.
All right.
So just make sure you're referring back to that manual.
Okay.
Are you gonna crawl in there and jump out?
Oh yeah, I already know. Now you've got nice compartment space in there. You'll have some mats right here. You'll find your shore power cord.
Okay.
So that's where you have that.
And there's a light.
You do have a light. And you have that nice side compartment space right here.
And what was the mats used for the
Floorboards.
Oh, inside here.
Inside
Oh,
here,
okay.
Okay.
Absolutely. Alright, now coming to the back, you will find the exhaust for your generator down below right there. You also have a receiver hitch so you can tow a vehicle, a trailer. You have full 7-way plug up right here underneath. So that will allow you to have all of your turn signals, running lights, anything like that on your trailer itself, as well as control for electronic brakes if you get a brake controller.
Okay.
Up top, you will find your backup cam, and I'll show you exactly how that works. You do have one on the left, right, and on the rear as well.
Oh, there's 3 backup.
Yeah, there should be 3.
Okay. So unfortunately, this only works when you're going in reverse. When you're going down the highway, there's no view.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alrighty. Now, other than that, guys, that is everything on the outside. I'm going to go ahead and extend your awning, but before we go ahead and do that, you guys have any questions for me?
What is this?
Just a light for your for the
License plate.
So we'll be putting, hopefully, Hunter will be putting on a 30-day Georgia tag.
Yeah. So we'll get a little sticker put on there for you guys once you're done with paperwork.
And the clearance is about 6 inches.
Yeah,
or-
absolutely.
So this is the first thing that will hit the ground if we're going to bottom out.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So be careful if there's a big dip going in.
Yeah, don't go
driveway or
over them
something.
too fast. Yeah, just be wary of how fast you're going if you're going through a dip.
Okay.
Alrighty. Now, do you guys have any questions on the outside other than the awning that I'm about to extend for you?
No, guess so.
I don't.
Alright. Well, we'll go ahead and move inside, but before we go fully inside, let me extend your awning out for you guys. Now, you'll find awning controls. Tip it off this. Let's see. Do you see that awning switch over
I
here?
did. Is that the
Here we
passenger?
go. They took it off of here. So your
they
awning
moved it.
switch is right on the back side over here.
Okay.
So I'll go ahead and extend that out for you.
Now, does it? You don't have to worry about the door being open or closed. It's not going to catch.
Yeah, no, that should be fine. Go ahead and close the door just in case.
Make sure the door is closed when extending the awning.
Now, with your awning itself, you guys want to make sure that you only have it out in nice weather. If there's wind, rain, that can damage your awning.
Right.
So only have it out when you're actively sitting underneath it.
It's a little tilted so that the once rain will come down, but
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Now you do have an awning light strip on here, right underneath. You see this black strip
Yes.
right here? You'll be able to turn your awning light on.
Okay.
So only when you're actively sitting under it, you'll want to have the awning.
Yep.
Alright.
Sounds a good idea.
And you're not good.
Yep. You got your arms right here.
It's that orange thing that's in the way, I think. There we go.
So once you get those down, you'll have to rotate. As you can see, there's two tabs. So you'll continue pulling through. You have to lift up just a little bit on it. It will catch on the backside on the bottom.
You put your finger inside. Yeah.
And then you get that orange tab. Press that in. And then rotate.
Rotate that, you see there, right?
The orange has to come in towards us, I think.
Yeah, I think it's orange supposed to be facing inside.
And this will allow it to extend all the way down. Once you get that down, to lock it back into place, you just have to push back up on it.
Okay.
So these are just your support arms. It will feel as if you might pop that plastic piece out when you're pushing it in. Just keep pushing it in. It's not going to break anything on there.
Yeah, see, the other one was in the inside,
Yeah,
so.
I'll rotate it for you guys. And you guys can get tent stakes from Walmart, anywhere like that,
Okay.
to put into the bottom side,
Yeah.
just to make sure that they are secure in place.
Mm-hmm. And then they also hook onto here.
Yes, absolutely. So you've got your hooks as well.
Yes.
All right. Great.
Now, if you want to go ahead, flip down on that plastic piece, that will allow you to bring this all the way back up. You'll go ahead and spin it so it matches so you can actually put it back into place. And then you'll just slide that arm back in.
No, I think the orange goes on the outside. That you can see it. Yeah. And then close that.
So the metal foot has to be on the bottom side.
Which one?
Or it will not want to slide back into place.
The orange pins in the inside.
Yeah.
That we can see
right,
it,
We can see
yeah.
it on. So this doesn't go in, just like that, you flush like that, and that's
Yep,
it.
you can sit it flush just like so.
Okay.
And that does
Now
that
there's a
lock
gap,
in?
Now we should move these, open this back up now, and move them back in here to here.
Yeah.
And then lock it again once I hit the midsection.
So those feet do sit flush on that outside push
Okay.
right
Yep.
there.
Yes, sir.
And then if you want to go ahead, you can hit the switch to bring it back in. Now, if the awning has gotten wet, you guys can bring it back in if it's windy. But once it gets sunny again, go ahead and bring it back out so you don't air that awning out.
Yes.
You can clean the awning with just multi-surface cleaners, regular, not too harsh chemical.
You get that, Kathy?
Yes. Yeah. You don't want mold to come in, so that's why you gotta dry it.
Now with the outside, we just use regular auto wash and wax.
Okay.
Here, so you guys are perfectly fine with that. Tire shine is just normal tire shine on it. You want to make sure that you're not using too abrasive of a brush.
Okay.
So we use bonnet head brushes,
Okay.
cotton-headed, just to make sure that you're not scratching anything.
Okay.
Alrighty. Well, if you guys want to go ahead and move inside, I'll follow you in. Now, right when you guys walk in, you are going to find your main battery disconnect underneath right here. So with the main battery disconnect, you have an on and an off position.
Okay.
Whenever you're using the camper, trailering, you're driving down the road, make sure you have it in the on position so you have battery power coming from your batteries.
Okay.
If you're storing this camper for days, weeks, months, make sure that you guys have this flip in the off position.
Okay.
So that will ensure that you cut power coming from your batteries to make sure that you don't come back to a dead camper when you do return to go camping.
Sure.
So that's all that you have to do with that one. Otherwise, you're just going to make sure you leave it on.
Okay.
Up top right here, you have a step override switch. So if you have that on, whenever you close the door, the steps will stay out for you so you don't have to wait for them to kick back out. But you're also going to have light switches as well. You have a light master on and off here. You have porch lights, exterior baggage lights as well, and ceiling overhead. You have all of these light switches mirrored on your touchscreen over here. So this is just quick access. If you're coming in at night, you're able to turn a light on so you can actually see what you're doing.
So this is the main Firefly right here.
That is your main Firefly where you're going to control pretty much every aspect of the camper through it.
Okay.
Now, you have your fire extinguisher below. You guys want to make sure that you do keep a good charge on that.
Mm-hmm.
Just always periodically check it. If you need to replace, go ahead and replace that.
Okay.
Now, we'll go ahead and go into the Firefly system. So, with the Firefly system, you have your main home screen. On the home screen, it's basically like a favorite screen where you can quickly access a couple components. So, you have your light master switch up here. So you have off, it's going to cut all of your lights off basically. You can hit that back on. Your porch light and your awning lights are not on the master switch, so you have to manually turn those on and off. Underneath, You have quick access to your climate controls for AC, heat pump, and all of that. Now you do have a completely separate screen for all climate control as well. Up top, you're going to find all of your monitoring systems. So you have your fresh tank, gray, black, and propane monitors. They're all showing in percentages right now. So you got 35 in the fresh, gray and black are empty, and then 65 in your propane.
And that should be 90 or 80 when it's full?
Yeah, it's about 80%.
Okay.
And we'll get that up to 80% for you guys. Now, underneath, that is your mirrored water pump switch. So whenever you want to turn water on, coming from the fresh tank that is, you'll click that water pump switch on. Now, if you want to go ahead and hit the sink right here, you'll see you'll have good water pressure. Now they had winterized, so there's a little bit of antifreeze in there. We do have water in it. Do you guys want us to completely dump and flush all the antifreeze out for you guys?
We'll be using it like for the 10 days in Florida.
Yeah.
So.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll get all that antifreeze out for you. We'll flush it out. But everything is unbypassed right now, so you don't have to worry about unbypassing anything. After you winterize,
I'm sorry. What's the
so for your water pump and water heater, whenever you winterize with antifreeze, you have to bypass the water pump and the water heater.
So we don't want to put the antifreeze into the water pump or the water heater, right? We don't want that antifreeze to get in there, right?
Yeah, and if it does get into the water heater, it's fine. It's not going to break anything. You just have to flush it out just like you would with your lungs.
Okay.
So it doesn't break anything. But you do want to bypass it just so you have to skip that step, basically.
So there's 5 knobs underneath here, and there's a certain 3 on, 2 off to do one thing. That's all I'm confused. That's for the weatherization part.
Yeah, and I'll show you exactly.
I'm going to definitely write down those steps.
Now, coming back to your Firefly system, you're going to have your house battery voltage and your chassis battery voltage. So always keep an eye on the monitors for your battery voltage readings.
So the house is where we are. The chassis is
correct.
up front. The Ford part.
Yeah, absolutely.
And this is the LTV part. Okay.
Yep. And then you have quick control for generator. So you have your start and stop for the generator itself.
Yep.
You'll show you how many hours that generator is run, so it's only half an hour on there.
Okay.
And then you have an AGS system, which is automatic generator start. So I'll get into that down here. So first, that's everything on your favorite screen right there. Second, this is all of your light controls for the light bulb. So you can control all of your lights independently or all at once with the light master switch, whatever you guys want to do.
Okay.
Anything illuminated blue is on, anything that is not blue is off. Now, coming down to your generator controls. So with your AGS system, you have the automatic generator start. We'll go ahead and kick that on. You have to hold this down for 3 seconds. And now your AGS is enabled. I recommend keeping it enabled. So what the AGS is, it will automatically kick your generator on if you have low voltage in your batteries, or if it senses an HVAC load, meaning the air system wants to kick on, anything like that, if you have it on auto. Okay. So if you have pets inside, anything like that.
Right.
So what the AGS will allow you to do is charge your batteries back up if it senses they drop down below a certain percentage. So it'll always ensure that you don't kill your batteries. That's why I recommend keeping that enabled.
Okay, enable sounds good.
Now you have a quiet time and it's start and stop on your quiet times. That's when you're at a campground. They'll have different quiet times. You'll just have to adhere to whatever they have posted, but you can set those in here. So it won't allow you to run the generator, after a certain point once it hits that certain quiet time. It will just automatically kick it off for you.
Okay.
Next, your AGS is going to start once your batteries reach 12 volts. If they drop down and hit 12 volts, the generator is going to automatically kick on, start charging your batteries. It's going to be 20 seconds at time to start once it reaches that voltage. And as soon as it hits 14 volts on your batteries, it's going to cut your generator off.
So what should our battery voltage be? At 14?
Yeah, so anywhere from 13 to 14 volts.
Okay.
Yep.
If it's below 13, then we're having trouble.
You're not having trouble,
okay.
but you're draining your batteries.
Okay.
That's the great thing about the AGS system. Once it hits 12 volts, you don't have to do anything. It's just automatically going to kick it off.
Okay, great.
Yep. Now, your time at stop volts is going to be 20 minutes. So you have a minimum run time of 10 minutes on this. So if this turns on and it reaches 14 volts in 10 minutes, no matter what, it's still going to run for another 10 minutes. It has to run for at least 20 minutes. You can change that if you want. Now, these are all factory presets, so you don't really have to change any of them. It's what the factory recommends. And your maximum runtime is 30 minutes. It won't run any longer than 30 minutes. So if it does not reach up to 14 volts within 30 minutes, it will still cut off. Give it a little bit more time, and then it will kick back on.
Okay.
To recharge. Now, there's 5 retries on the generator start. So if it fails to start in 5 tries, it will actually lock out for a little while, give it some time to bounce back, and then it will go through its cycle again.
Okay.
Now, other than that, that is everything with the generator itself. So the AGS system is going to help you guys a lot. I mean, I've heard of it saving a lot of people with their battery voltage, so it's a great system to have on board. Now, your next one is going to be all of your climate controls. So with your climate, you're going to have AC, you'll have heat pump, furnace, and auto.
So the AC and the heat pump are both from the air conditioner, but if it's below, like tonight, we shouldn't put that. It's too cold to use the heat pump tonight.
Yes.
Okay.
So heat pump doesn't work as well in temperatures under 45 degrees. You're going to want to run the furnace.
Okay.
Furnace is strictly propane. Heat pump is going to be your electric heat source. So if you're in temperatures above 45, but where you still want heat, go ahead and run heat pump, and it's not going to deplete your propane tanks. Basically just switches polarity inside your AC unit, just like your vehicle would, to bring in heat instead of AC.
Okay.
Now, next to that is your auto setting, so you can set this on auto, have it on a certain temperature, and it will always kick on once it reaches that temperature. You have fan down here for high, low, and auto. Whenever you're running the furnace, I recommend keeping it on auto. If it's not on auto, it will kick your AC fan on, and the AC fan in the furnace will compete, and it doesn't work as well. So if you keep it on auto, that AC fan won't kick on as well.
Okay.
Alright. You have your toggle for controls on the temperature itself on the top. Now, lastly, your settings screen. You have a cleaning mode. If you go into cleaning mode, it's just going to black your screen out for 15 seconds, allowing you to clean off the screen. That's all that is. So we'll let it do its thing, and then we'll come back.
So I think it's set for 9:47 p.m. Is this a.m.? Is it 12 hours off? Is that what the time is?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
So you guys can play around with it, switch the
Okay.
times on your things as
All
well.
right.
Now you've got switch panel info right here. So this is just showing you the a couple controls for electricity. And
Are these outlets or switches, on-off switches?
these are outlets.
These are 4 outlets, so they're wireless. Okay. So they have battery powered.
Yes.
Okay. So we want to at some point in time we have to replace batteries in them.
Yeah. Well, you shouldn't have to replace the batteries in them.
Oh.
They're pretty good batteries inside
Okay.
there, so you shouldn't have to worry about that. Now you have your screen brightness dim cycle up top, so it's all the way to 100%, so it's as bright as it will get right now. You have network diagnostics underneath. So what this is, if you go to G12 outputs, this is showing you everything that is running right now. Anything that's green is on.
Mhm.
Anything that's gray is off. If anything is red in here, you have a problem with it, and you'll want to figure out what's going on with it. So this is going to tell you exactly what's going on with the camper.
Could be a blown fuse or
Exactly.
a GFI needs to be reset.
Exactly.
Okay.
So it's usually something along those lines.
Okay.
But it's always great to come to your G12 outputs, check on everything just to make sure you don't have any faults in it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, your floor plan, you don't have to change that. It's already factory preset.
Okay.
And then we can go ahead and change the time on here. All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. 9:49. Now you have auto dimming on here as well, so it will dim it out. And then you do have a mobile app. So you can download Mirror Touch on your phone. You can put the code in right here. You'll link it basically via Bluetooth, and you're gonna have every single control that you have on this sidewall panel on your phone.
And you got access to settings?
Yes. So settings, it will be mobile app right there.
Mobile app, okay,
Yep.
great.
And if you guys want to, we can do this right now if you want to.
We're using her camera, so...
Okay. All right. All you have to do, you can scan that QR code with
Okay.
your phone. It should pop up with the link address for online. It will send you to it. You'll put in the Mirror ID. It will ask you for the PIN next, and then you'll be in.
Oh, and shall we pause this and give it a try?
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it. Very, very easy system to use on.
Right.
Now, you ready for me to keep going?
Yep.
All right. In here, you'll have your bed toppers and some sheets. You'll have some more compartment space.
Oh, that is the curtain that
Is
goes
there a
across.
curtain that goes over the front of the...
That's a mattress pad, I believe.
Yeah. So you've got your curtain right here.
The curtain that goes.
That goes
Yep.
behind the seats or in...
Yep. So it's going to go basically engulfing this section right here, and
Okay.
then you have your mattress topper as well.
Okay.
Now, you also have ratcheting MCD shades on all of your windows. All you have to do, pull down on this, just like so, and it will ratchet into place. When you want to bring it back up, just go ahead and pull down. That will release it, and you'll bring it back up. So,
Okay.
nice portion of the camper has all those MCD shades.
Mm-hmm.
Now, up top here, you're going to find some controls. So, starting on the left side, you'll find all of your solar controls. The solar system's a completely passive system. There's nothing you guys actually have to do to engage those panels.
As long as we clean them.
As long as you clean them, exactly. And as
We
long
didn't-
as there's sun up there.
We didn't see them though. We
Yeah,
didn't
and
see
No,
them.
we're
I
not
can
that
grab
tall.
a ladder for you guys if you want to take a
We
look
didn't
at it.
order a ladder with this, but they stopped making them,
Yeah.
I guess. So
Yeah, yeah. Now, if you guys want, you can take a look on the roof later. Once
Okay.
we're done, I'll grab a ladder for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
But with the panels themselves, as long as they have sun on them, they're always charging your batteries. They're always holding a charge. So there's nothing you actually have to do unless you want to send a max boost into your batteries. If you want to quickly charge your batteries. So you only have to worry about the max boost button and the B button. You do not have to worry about AC nor A. So what max boost does is it allows you to send a quick charge into your batteries if you are in a bind and need to get your batteries charged up. So you only want to hit that twice a day and no more. Next, you have B, which is just allowing you to toggle through, seeing what your panels are doing. So this is showing you have 0 amps coming in since we
Because
don't
it's
have any
cloud,
sun.
we're underneath a roof and
Yeah.
it's cloudy. Okay.
You have 100% charge on those panels. So that's the great thing about these as well. If you've had this out the day before, it will hold a charge on your panels. So a day like this, when you have no sun, you can still utilize the charge that it's stored from the day before. And then you have amp hours, showing you how many amp hours you have on the panels itself. And then back to battery voltage reading.
So how many amps could I draw a day from the? This two, oh yeah, we ordered 200 watts. So how many amps could I on a great sunny day in Florida?
It's not gonna allow you to run your AC.
Okay.
So it's basically.
Oh, we get like 5 amps or
Yeah,
10 amps.
it's basically just trickle charging your batteries.
Okay.
So it's allowing you to trickle charge your batteries, and then your batteries are allowing you to utilize anything on the 12 volt system.
Okay.
Now, other than that, you'll see LFP down there. That is your battery type, lithium phosphate batteries. So that's what the A button does. It allows you to switch between flooded, AGM, lithium phosphate.
So unless I change the batteries, I never have to touch A.
You never have to touch A, nor you have to touch AC.
Okay.
Now, another great thing about this is there's a Bluetooth setting on the GoPower solar system. You can download the GoPower app, connect to your solar system via Bluetooth.
So it's called Go Power.
GoPower.
Okay.
And once you download that, it will automatically link it to it once you open up the app. And then you will have all of the same controls that I just showed you from the solar controller up top itself.
Mhm.
So you'll be able to send a max boost to your batteries. You'll be able to monitor your batteries when you're away from the camper.
Okay.
Now, with this, You also have a USB port on here as well. So you can hardwire your phone directly to it. It will charge and you can connect your phone. Now, next to it, you have your inverter controls. So with your inverter, you only really have to have the inverter on whenever you're plugged into shore, or when you're unplugged from shore power. This is showing that you're plugged into shore power, so it's in bypass mode right now, or pass-through mode. It's not using the inverter. The power is coming in off your shore power line, passing through your inverter, and utilizing that power.
So the inverter takes DC electricity from the battery and is going to bring it to the AC outlets, the 110 outlets.
Correct.
But since we're getting the power from the shore power, it says I don't need to convert anything because you have 30 amps coming in.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yep. And you have that is in the on position whenever it's pushed in, and then it's off when it's coming out. This is not going to show right now since we're unplugged, or since we're plugged in. If this is illuminated green, that means you're unplugged, and then once you turn on the inverter itself, it's going to be sending power from your inverter into the outlet.
So I'm sorry, how can I tell if it's on or off?
That is in the on position when your button is depressed in, as you can see. That is in the off position.
Okay. All right, okay, got it. Out is off.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
do we want it off or on?
Off right now, so
Okay.
that's in the perfect position.
So
So-
if we went off a shore power, then I would come over and push that in.
If you wanted to use the inverter.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and you didn't have the generator running. Now your bottom toggle where it says OK, it's just a toggle, allowing you to toggle through and show you exactly what the inverter's doing. Alrighty. Now next to it, you'll have your Truma AquaGo water heater controls. So with this, you have your eco mode up top, which is just going to be your most economic way of heating up the water. It's not going to be the fastest way, but it will use the least amount of power. You have next mode, which is comfort mode.
Is that what it's on right now? Comfort?
Yes, yeah,
Okay.
it's on comfort right now. So that's going to allow you guys to have pretty much on-demand hot water with the unit. Your next one is your off position. So whenever you're storing this, you can turn this in the off position. Following that, you go into winterize mode. So you'll put this, if you're winterizing the camper, you'll put that into winterize mode, and then you'll go ahead and winterize the camper. Lastly, you have clean mode. This is going to allow you to decalcify the inside of the Truma, or the Truma AquaGo itself. If you accidentally go to clean mode, you have to stay in clean mode, and you have to let it run through its cycle of actually
So it might take a couple hours. So that's something you don't want to,
Yes.
to
Yes.
turn accidentally.
Yes.
Okay.
Because you can't stop. Once you do it, you have to allow it to do it.
Yes.
Now, it does use a lot of water, so I recommend keeping connected to city water connection whenever you go through the decalcification process.
Okay. And how often would you do that?
You'll really want to refer back to the owner's manual.
Okay.
But it's not all too often that you have to do it all the time.
All right.
Nothing like when you have to, when you're dumping the tanks and then putting treatment in there after every time you dump.
Okay.
Or sanitizing and flushing those tanks. So now next to that, you have your battery heat enable switch. So if you're in extremely cold temperatures, you guys want to make sure that you do have those battery heaters on to make sure that you don't damage the batteries.
So like tonight, that
Yeah.
should be on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. But in the daytime here, we're okay.
Yeah, we're good right now. Alrighty. Now that's everything up top. Do you have any questions about that?
No, not at this point in time.
All right.
Do you have any questions, Ken?
No.
Now, underneath, you will find storage compartment space, and then you also have the flip up for your TV as well. You'll find your smart Blu-ray DVD player underneath here once you flip this up as well.
Let me have my coffee.
Yeah. You want to drink before it gets cold?
I've been drinking it.
So you've got your TV and your DVD player down here. So that is a smart Blu-ray DVD player with a wireless LAN connection. So if you guys choose to get an onboard Wi-Fi system, that can connect wirelessly to it, allowing this to turn into a smart TV. So you guys can get all of your streaming platforms that you want.
Okay.
You also have HDMI ports on the back side of your TV that you can just connect a Roku stick or a Fire Stick to.
Okay.
That will turn it into a smart TV, but you do need some sort of hotspot for that.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. Now you should find controllers right up top right here. So you've got your soundbar controller, you've got your Blu-ray DVD controller, and then the TV controller.
Okay. And these all have batteries in them?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, we've tested all of those out.
All right.
Now, up top, I did pull this out for you guys. In this bag, you have a manual to all third-party appliances as well as the chassis as a whole. So this is a great resource for you guys going down the road. Highly recommend reading into it, playing around with the manuals, just to make sure you know everything about everything. Now, up top right here, you're just going to find your vent fan. So with the vent fan itself, all you have to do...
So we got the upgrade on the fan too. I don't know how you. I think we got the more powerful, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Now with that, you're just turning on the manual crank. As you saw, it automatically kicked on. It's because I already had a speed setting set. There's 0 through 3. 3 is the fastest. As you see, if you're on 0, it's not going to turn your fan on. But with that being said, you can go ahead and close this unit down with the fan on, and it will just automatically kick it off. So you don't have to turn that knob off if you don't want to.
Okay.
Now, go ahead and open it back up for a moment.
So that's how to open and close the vent on top. And when we're going down the road, this should always be closed?
Always.
Okay.
Now,
Will it close automatically when you turn the key on? No. Okay.
I think we did get the rain sensor too. I think it's if it rains, it might close.
So I don't believe this has a rain sensor on it because this is a manual crank on here.
Okay.
So this does not have a rain sensor. So if you guys want, you can get a cover, a Max Airfan vent cover up top, where you would be able to run this when it's raining.
Were we supposed to get that?
Yes, I think we were out to check.
All right.
You know, I believe they stopped making them because people were cooking and it was closing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if we didn't get it, I just don't want to pay for it. Like, we ordered the ladder, we didn't get the ladder, so we don't want to pay for the ladder.
Absolutely.
So if this, you don't think this has the rain sensor, so then we should get a discount on the upgrade for this.
Yeah, because usually if it has a rain sensor, this is electronic. This is manual. So if there's a rain sensor, it's not going to close that down. I don't see a rain sensor. Usually there's a little icon that shows that it has a rain sensor. So just before you go into paperwork, go ahead and talk to your salesperson about that. They'll be able to clarify.
Is this? How do you tell if this is ultra leather, or are we going to upgrade also on the? Can you tell if this is the ultra leather?
I'm not sure. That is a great question to bring up to your salesperson.
Okay.
So definitely that as well before you go into paperwork. Just bring them out.
Sure.
Now, lastly, up top of the vent fan, you have your temperature settings. So you have a blue and a red. If you turn this to the red, it's going to shut your fan off, thinking you want to keep it warmer inside the camper, but still wanting to vent out.
Okay.
What I recommend is keeping this in the blue, and if you want that fan to come off, you can just turn one knob instead of having to turn two.
Okay.
It's running off a 4 amp inline glass fuse on there, so that is what that is.
There's a battery or fuse?
It's a glass fuse.
A glass fuse. So all right. So if that blows, replace it, but it shouldn't. It should last for a long time.
It should last for a very long time.
Okay.
Yeah. But if it does, you just twist down, replace.
Okay.
Alrighty. Now, in the kitchen area, you will find your range top right here. You have 2 burner stove top with an electronic igniter in there pulling off your onboard tanks. So we'll go ahead and rotate this. And that just pops right up. So you have nice gas burning stove with this unit. After you've been cooking on this, allow it to cool down before you close that tempered glass topper, just so you don't shatter or damage that.
Okay.
Should it be shut yet?
Yeah, it's completely fine. It has to be a long time of cooking, like actual cooking. It's not hot in there at all.
Okay.
Now, underneath this side over here, you're going to find your breakers and fuse boxes on the bottom side. don't have any fingernails to pop that one open, but if you get the camera down this way, if you want to step on my side, you're going to find all of your 110 breakers right here. So this is everything running off your shore power connection.
Okay.
So just like a regular household breaker system.
Yep.
Within here, you're going to find all of your 12-volt fuses. They're normal auto fuses.
Okay.
So I highly recommend that you guys travel with extra ones, just in case one blows. Now, it's pretty common if you're running too many appliances that you can blow a fuse. So, little red LED will pop up on the fuse itself. No guessing game, you'll just go ahead and plug and replace it.
So, like, this is a 110 outlet here.
It is.
So if this doesn't work, I know it's not going to be a blown fuse there. I either reset here or reset there.
Correct.
Can you open that, Kevin? With your fingernail?
There you
There
go.
we go. Oh, all right. Easy.
Yep.
Easy.
And then everything is labeled in here as well.
Okay, great.
Okay, good.
So, all normal auto fuses.
There's that one on the bottom is very big.
Yeah, you won't have to worry, but that's a resettable fuse, I'm pretty sure. So that will reset itself instead of breaking.
And is there more space on the bottom? There's no fuses on the bottom section.
Yeah.
There's more space.
Yeah, so there's nothing that wires into those.
Okay.
Okay. You want to put it back on?
I guess I'll put the bottom in first. I'm gonna let the expert put it back.
There we go.
Okay, great.
Oh, let's pop that on that side. There we go. You got 2 tabs on that side.
Okay.
Don't be afraid to just push it in, it won't break it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Alrighty. You want to go ahead and open up that bottom compartment switch right there. Alright.
Oh boy. Then I gotta get over here. Well, Colton gets over
Yes,
here.
yes. I'll be pointing to you guys. Alright. So, you've got your water pump right here. So with the water pump itself,
That's the one pump.
this is your water pump
Okay.
right here. So you have your bypass outside for that. So that's when you want to siphon antifreeze into the system. That was that little winterized valve.
Okay.
That bypasses this guy
Did you
right
say
here.
there were 2 switches? One's outside, one's inside?
That's for water pump
Yes.
switches, yes.
It's in the
Yeah.
bathroom somewhere, I think.
Yep. Yeah, you also have another control on the side panel.
Okay.
Up top right here is how you are going to bypass your water heater. So, these lines are going into the water heater itself.
The water heater is that metal box
Yes,
there.
exactly.
And
When
this,
you
this is the furnace down here, this metal box
Yes.
here? Okay, so that's the water heater there. All right.
So when you go to winterize this, you need to close off.
Does blue mean cold water and red hot
It does.
water?
It does.
Okay.
So when you winterize this, you need to close off your water lines going into your water heater itself. So they would be turned just like upward position.
Yes, so
So
to make a cross.
Exactly.
Okay.
Cutting water going in. You will open this line and you will open your back line. That's going to allow you to pull antifreeze into the system. Once you are going back to the camper to use it, you're going to go ahead and send it back into this position
So-
and close your combining lines right here for hot and cold.
So this is cold water going in,
Yep.
and there's one up here. This is
Hot
hot
water
water
coming
coming out. So I'm gonna turn those
Turn
like
those.
that
Yep.
and like that when I want to bypass the water
Exactly.
heater.
And then you would open this one into this position.
Okay, and then there's 2 more knobs.
You've
Okay.
got one more knob back
Oh,
here.
there's only 4, not 5.
Yes.
There's 4 knobs.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
And what do I do with the one in the back?
Same thing as this one. It
Oh.
will look just like that.
Oh, okay.
So these will be open, these will be closed. 2
Okay.
open, 2 closed.
All right, so you always should have 2 open and 2 closed.
Absolutely.
Okay, great. That's
They just interchange whether you're winterizing or if you're using hot water.
okay, great.
All right. So not too hard with that. The more you guys do it, and also
Yes.
it's not, if you guys want to take it somewhere to winterize, you guys don't have to do it yourself. So if you want someone else to do it for you, but it is just 4 valves down there. There's tons of great videos on YouTube that Leisure has for winterization.
Yeah,
So,
and we the Wendlands, the RV Lifestyle
Yeah,
YouTube
yeah.
channel. We just watch him too. 'Cause
yeah,
he doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't use big terms either. He's
Yeah.
simple like.
yeah, absolutely. Now up top, you're gonna find your convection microwave, so you don't have just normal style oven inside the unit. you'll have that convection bake, which is honestly better than a regular oven in my opinion.
Have you ever? So you've used a convection?
Oh yeah, I have a convection at the house.
Oh, I've never done it.
Love convection.
Okay.
Love it. It works a little differently.
Yeah.
You've got a rack in here.
Yeah.
This will never be in there when you're running off the microwave setting.
Okay.
Only that normal glass plate.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you're running off convection, you're going to want to go ahead and utilize this.
Okay.
Microwave and metal do not.
No, yeah, definitely not.
Colton, it looks. There's sometimes when you do this and sometimes you do this.
Yeah, it just depends on
How high the
broiling. Yeah.
Oh,
so you've got a broiler up top. If you're broiling, you'd want to
broil. You want
the
to be up high, the plate up high.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
We were just talking about broiling. I've
Baking,
never broiled.
You want to keep it down lower, so that's
Absolutely.
in the bake mode now. Okay.
Absolutely. Now, on the side here, you're going to find all the controls to whatever you want to do. Whenever you go into convection mode, you'll come down below here, and as you can see on all of the numbers, there's a temperature underneath. So whatever temperature you want, say you want it at 400, you go to convection, and then you click 9.
Okay.
That would send you to 400.
Okay.
You'd allow it to preheat. It's going to let you know once it's done, and then you can put it in there and set your timer and allow it to do its own thing.
Wow.
It's basically superheated air and convection. Kind of works like that's how an air fryer works as well. It's just superheated, blasting air into there to allow you to cook food a little bit faster.
So if the first button you press is convection, then you want to use the oven. If you don't, if I just start going down here, I'm in microwave mode.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
So you'll just go to power. Now, other than that, everything with the convection microwave. Do y'all have any questions about that?
No, they probably have a manual in here too on how to switch it over.
They're not shy of manuals to anything in here, so you guys are good on that portion.
Okay, good.
Now, underneath, you're going to find your refrigerator. With the refrigerator and freezer, it is a 3-way. So you have the capability to run off propane, battery, and shore power with this refrigerator. You also have an auto default setting with this. So if you're plugged into shore power, it automatically senses that you're plugged in, and it's going to utilize your shore power connection instead of depleting propane or your batteries. Now, all you have to do is click on the bottom portion. Let's see. We pop a fuse when it turn off here.
No power.
There we go.
Okay, so it was turned off at the time?
Yep, so you just got to hold that knob down. So, top one right there, that's your temperature setting. All the way to the right towards that snowflake is your coldest setting.
And that's turn this to the
So
right?
you'd have to click on it, and then it allows you to toggle. As you can see, we're on that temperature setting now. Next is going to be your, whatever source you want to use. And then all the way to the bottom, this is going to allow you to turn your light on inside. You have a sound option that you can mute or turn off. It's muted right now,
Okay.
just when you're toggling. You have your fan that you can turn on and off inside. And then lastly, this is a defrost setting for your freezer up top.
So that fan won't go on automatically, you have to set it, or?
It will go on automatically, but you can turn it on manually if you
Okay.
wanted to.
Okay.
Now, we'll go to your shore power connection. So here, you've got battery up top, shore power, propane, and auto. It's on auto right now. I recommend keeping it on auto.
Okay.
And then it will just keep you whatever if you're unplugged, you can go to propane or battery, whatever you want to do. Now, as you can see, they
That's
do
awesome.
open from each side.
Are there any lights inside? Oh, there's a light there now.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a light in the fridge, but not in the freezer?
Yes.
Okay.
Now you do have your veggie and fruit drawer on the bottom side down there, with a little tab to scoot it over, whatever you have.
And those shelves look adjustable?
They
It's
are.
different?
Yep,
Okay.
absolutely. And the dual opening doors. That's one of my favorite portions.
Yeah.
You have nice closet space right here. So lots of space for storage right there.
We're gonna need it for clothes and
Yeah,
stuff.
for sure. You have travel locks on here as well.
Okay. Yes.
Now,
I have a question on the bathroom door.
yeah. If you want to go in that way, I'll stand out this way so you guys can look in there.
To lock it, like when we're in drive mode, well, I heard things that the door will just come.
So you've got your travel lock down there.
Okay,
It
that's
just automatically flips into position. So try to open it without depressing.
all right, Kevin.
Okay.
Don't be an animal. Okay, and it's in lock.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it will automatically just lock into place. Now you do have extra countertop space in the bedroom or in the bathroom area by the toilet area over there. So that all folds out.
Oh, the seat.
Yep.
Is that okay to sit on?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's the reason for it. Now you've got the toilet right down here. Now with the toilet, you have a depress pedal on the bottom side right here to fill and flush that toilet. Whenever you want to fill it, you're just depressing partially down until you bring water in there. As you can see, antifreeze is coming out, and it will fill it up, actively filling. You don't want to see that valve open at all, or it's just going to actively drain down into your black tank. So before you use it, you fill it up to whatever you think is good. And then once you're done, you go all the way down to flushing. You can hear the pump kicking on. It's keeping up with your pressurization inside the unit.
Should we always leave somewhat? That's
Travel preset. It will automatically preset with a travel amount. So there's a break between the inside of the coach and your black tank, so no odors are coming out.
Okay.
Now you do also have a shower faucet head on the back side right there. Alrighty. Now, right here you have your bath ceiling lights and water pump controls, so to turn that on and off. With the you also have your sink right here with a little bit more storage space underneath, and then with the shower itself, it will work just like any other shower with a regular hot and cold mixing valve on it. You've got your shower head with a start stop on the nozzle head right there. This is going to help you guys conserve water while you're camping, so you're not just draining out.
That will we slow it down or actually stop the water?
Stop it completely.
Oh, we'll start it completely.
Yeah.
On this water pump, if we're connected to city water, we don't use the water pump.
Yeah, you don't need to use a water pump.
Okay.
Yep. And then you have your light in here as well, with drop down rack.
Okay.
All right. Different style vent fan in here than you'd find out there.
Are they're always different?
Yeah, usually they are. So that one's just going to twist open, then you have a switch to turn the fan on. You can get a fan rain cover for this as well.
Okay.
Alrighty. Some more storage.
Towels, and whatever.
Toilet paper holder and another outlet back here.
Is any one ply okay for toilet paper or?
No, you want to use RV grade toilet paper only. Yeah.
That's the
You'll
thing
get used to it.
Yeah,
that's the low point right there.
All right.
So RV grade toilet paper only. You guys don't want to put any other product down into the toilet itself. It will block up your sensors. It can clog up the macerator. So just RV grade toilet paper in there is all you'll want. Now, other than that, guys, on the coach portion itself, that's everything. Do you guys have any questions for this? I do still have some more stuff I want to go over with you on the chassis portion.
Okay. No section.
Alrighty. Well, we'll go ahead. I'm going to take a seat on the driver's side over here. I'll have you just take a look over my shoulder as I toggle through, showing you everything.
Okay.
Have you guys driven, you have a Ford, what year is your Ford?
4 days, 2019.
2019.
Yeah.
So do you have basically all the same
I have
controls?
Sync 3, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
but the screen's not as big, but
yeah, absolutely.
Do you want to sit in the driver's seat, Kev? And I'll
the passenger.
Yeah, that's
All
what I meant.
Okay, I can see you squeeze through here. The seat there.
Oops.
So, just go ahead and start it up just like any other vehicle. Now, on your steering wheel itself, left side is all of your cruise control settings. So you can set and cancel all of that. Should work just like any other vehicle's cruise control settings.
Does this have adaptive cruise control? I think that the 2022.
Absolutely.
Okay.
It does have adaptive
Because
cruise
because
control.
we ordered 2021, but we got it in 2022, so I wasn't
Yeah.
sure what the chassis would do.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a 2022 model. So I think the 22 they came up with the adaptive cruise control and also a remote start. Maybe
Yes,
that it came with. They didn't have the year before.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. So you do have adaptive cruise
Great.
control with this. Now, on your dash itself, we're going to go back. To toggle through this, you're going to utilize the right side right here. So we'll go into the first setting. Once you go in here, this is where you're going to find this is driver assist mode. So If you see the road right there, you have driver assist. To get in there, you have to hit the 3 dots, 3 lines.
Okay.
You hit that, you'll find pre-collision assist. You'll have a lane keeping system in there, driver alert, and cruise control, which is adaptive cruise control.
Okay.
So we'll go ahead and click on that. And it is on right now, and the sensitivity is normal. You guys can change that. It has active braking, so there's sensors in the front of this van that if you're getting too close, if there's a crash that might happen, this will brake for you, actually. You can turn that off if you don't like that.
No, that sounds good. Especially like if there's fog or something and
Yes.
you don't you're supposed to.
It's a great setting.
Okay.
Yeah, some people just don't prefer it.
Okay.
Now, lane keeping system right there. So most of the intensities and sensitivities are set to normal from factory.
Is this is this auto stopping? When you stop at a red light, the engine will shut
Yep.
off?
Yeah, you've got the mode right here. Or actually, that's not it. That's traction control. That's going to be tow haul mode.
Okay.
Yep, right here.
Oh yeah. All right.
On and
You
off.
can override it. Okay.
Yeah. If you don't like that setting. You've got driver alert, which is on. Basically, it's lane keeping as well. It's an alarm. It senses if you fall asleep, there will be an alarm that goes off for you. And then you got your cruise control.
Okay.
Now next, you have all of your navigation settings. So click navigation, it will go in there and you can set your previous destinations, favorites, points of interest nearby, things like that, and then your home setting as well. So it's just basically quick access. Click it and it will go onto your setting right here and on your dash, giving you audible sounds to when to turn and all of that.
Okay.
Next is going to be your music settings. So if you go into there, you can go AM, FM, Sirius XM, and you also have Bluetooth as well.
Does this come with the Sirius XM for a period of time?
I do not believe it does.
Okay.
Yeah, I do not believe so.
Okay.
Now under that, you have your phone. So once you're connected via Bluetooth settings, you'll have your phone on here. So if someone calls, you're able to answer on your on your steering wheel itself. So hands-free technology. And then next, you're gonna have vehicle settings. So we'll go into information. You got your auto start stop, driver alert. You do have intelligent all-wheel drive, which is something that is new from Ford. You'll have your engine hours on here as well. So this is where you're going to want to make sure that you're just keeping an eye on your maintenance periods on the vehicle, things like that. You got your display, so it will show you exactly, you can change your language, measurement units, all of that.
But we're set for miles, not kilometers here.
Yes,
hopefully?
yes, you
Okay.
are. Absolutely. Now, driver assistance, it's going to be the same as that other mode I was showing you, where it's giving you pre-collision, lane keeping, driver alert, and cruise control. And then you've got vehicle settings. So on here you can change a couple things. You have your remote start. You have the chimes that you have whenever you have the locks engaged. And then you have your wipers that it does have a rain sensor on those wipers.
Okay.
Yep. And then vehicle maintenance. In vehicle maintenance, you're going to find your oil life and tire pressures.
Tire pressure, very important, right?
Yes, very important. So you can always you can always look at your tire pressures.
Well, if a tire pressure is off, will it automatically give you a warning light?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So it's supposed to be 50, the 4 in the back,
65 in the front and
50 in the back, the 4 in the back?
Yeah.
Okay. Are all 6 tires the same? I'm sorry, I don't know if I asked you. Are they all the same size?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's all inter. Do you rotate your tires? You
Absolutely.
change the front to the back when you
Yeah.
get your oil change? That's what you used to do. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Now, that is everything on your dash itself. On the left side over here, your farthest knob is going to control your mirrors. It only controls those top mirrors. The bottom ones are manual that you will have to change.
Okay.
You're going to find your light controls down here, just like any other vehicle. You have these 2 buttons right to the right of your light knob. It's a dimmer option, brightness on the dash itself.
Okay.
Do the lights come on automatically when you start the car?
Yeah, if you have it on auto.
Okay. All right, good.
It has also the automatic headlight dimming between high beams and low beams
It
if a
does.
car's coming green.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
Super.
Now, you have your tow haul mode right here. So if you're towing anything, you'll throw it into tow haul mode.
What if I heard a story like you're going down this big hill instead of riding the brake? So we're going to have this in drive. We're going down, but we want to go slower. Is that the button we would press if it would downshift instead of putting brakes on?
Yeah. You talking about engine braking?
I guess engine brake. Yeah, if you're going down a big steep hill for a few miles, instead of just keep riding the brake, that there was some either some gear or mode that you could go into.
Yeah, it's gonna be right through here.
Okay. So this is what's this gear for?
I'm pretty sure it's. I'm not 100% sure. It's not manual mode. It actually is manual mode.
Oh, okay. So there's a plus and minus.
Yeah, you have a plus or minus. So you're.
Yeah, I have a manual on my.
It's manual mode.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like it'll shift.
Manual. Yes.
So, okay.
You're able to go up and down in the gear system.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Now you've got traction control right here. Turn that on and off if you want to.
Something you might want to use tomorrow?
Yes, exactly.
Is it on right now or is it?
Yeah, you've got traction control on right now. You've got your flasher hazards. Same control for all AC that you'd find in any other vehicle. So you've got heat and AC with it. And then up top right here, start at the front, you have your audio for sources where you'll find AM, FM, Sirius XM, and Bluetooth.
Mm-hmm.
Go to FM. You do have nice speakers with the front side right here.
We have two speakers?
Yep.
Okay.
Now next, you have your phone setting. If you want to add your phone, that's going to be your Bluetooth settings.
Right, okay.
Navigation. Same thing I was talking about before. You can search everything here, and then you'll have your navigation on your phone.
So this has navigation somehow, even if you don't have a phone, it has navigation through there, through Ford's.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's got Ford Transit's navigation on it.
Okay.
Now, next, you're going to have apps. You can download a couple different apps on here. And then you'll have settings, where you can change a couple settings in there. You have your clock settings, radio, 911 assist, so roadside assistance and all of that.
Could you put it in reverse so we'll see the with the cameras engaged right here? Is where we will see it? Did you say there was 3 cameras?
Now, let me check. It might have not come with cameras on the sides. Yeah, I don't think this model has cameras on the sides.
Oh, okay. Also, some
Mercedes chassis.
Oh, Mercedes. All right.
Yeah, so just your backup camera.
Okay.
Now, over here, that is going to be that auto start stop. Yep, and then this is just
some lights.
Yeah, you've got your lights in the front. So, there's extra lighting up front. Now, underneath, USB charging.
Is this the only USB port in the front?
Yes.
Okay, there's none over on that side. Okay.
Yeah, correct.
All right.
And then 12-volt charging right there as well,
Oh,
cigarette style.
Okay.
Cigarette style.
Cigarette style adapter. All right, now.
They're gonna have something for that.
There you go.
Now we have a second USB port.
There you go. Now you've got your glove box down there. Should have some owner's manuals in there.
Yep.
And you've got light switches up top.
Okay.
What is that? That isn't for a pee thing, is it?
No, it's like a fuel, brake fluid.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay. I didn't know if it's for men. You guys have it so easy. They put it in the glove box. Oh boy.
Now, other than that, guys, that is everything. Do y'all have any questions for me?
I don't think so. So you got, this is a carbon monoxide, you got something back there.
Yes, yeah, that's your gas alarm right there. It's hardwired into your unit, so every 5 years that does go bad, you will need to replace it, and it will chirp at you.
So, we need to replace the unit or change the battery? What?
No, it's hardwired, so you'd have to replace that unit.
Okay, so uphill. And there was the smoke alarm on above
9-volt batteries in there, just like a household style.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. All right, great.
You've got your lights right here for the cab.
Okay. Your little cubbies here.
Little cubbies up top.
For stuff.
Um,
And up there is for stuff. But
oh, right here. Yeah.
yeah, but
Here,
that's,
here. Yeah.
yeah, we don't.
Oh,
need-
there's another USB port up here.
Oh, look at that, and another 12-volt.
Yeah. All right. Good. So we can each. Lots of times I'll be
Yep.
have an iPad.
Yeah.
We'll be charging her phone. Okay, great.
Alrighty. Well, do you guys have any other questions for me?
I don't think
I'm
so, sir.
good. And they
How
got
do you
the
guys
stain
feel
off
about
here.
everything? Comfortable with everything?
I think so. I mean, I watch a lot of videos. I mean,
Yeah.
actually doing it and watching is
Yeah.
different. But
Absolutely.
I think we're
Well,
ready
I
for an
was-
adventure.